Hi, my name is Tara, and I'm the client coach at Atticus Family Law. Welcome to part number 4 in this 5-part series on parenting after divorce. In this video, I want to talk about how you need to form a completely new relationship with the person that you used to be married to. And this can feel a little bit strange because you still have a relationship. You had a relationship all of this time. You still have some kind of a relationship because you're sharing children, and it can feel like a continuation. But actually, it's very important to lay the old relationship to rest and start something brand new. The reason is because you're no longer life partners. You used to have a relationship that was more personal. It was built on romance and a shared vision of your future together. Now you have a relationship that is based on your children. It's much more of a business relationship moving forward. And so it's a new relationship. It's time for a new structure. It's time for a completely new set of rules. Now, in this new relationship, you might be co-parents that are very actively working together to various degrees. Co-parenting looks different to different people, but co-parents tend to be more collaborative. Or you might be parallel parents. And in that case, parallel parents have a lot more boundaries between them. Parallel parenting is more of a situation where you do you and I'll do me, and we don't talk unless there's an emergency. It's not ideal, but in some cases, it's what's necessary to keep the peace. Now, the way that I like to talk about this new relationship is that it's kind of like building a new house. So originally, you had a house that you lived in when you were married. That was your relationship. It was your marital home. And when you moved in, it was fine. It met your needs. It was great for probably many years. And then for whatever reason, that house, that relationship was no longer appropriate. And so you had to move out of it. That's what you're doing right now. You're moving out of that house, but you have to build a new house. Now, the first thing that you do when you build a house or a relationship is you determine the foundation. So the foundation of this new relationship is going to be your shared goals and values as they relate to your children. This can take a little bit of time. It can be a little bit difficult to decide what this exactly looks like because there's often a lot of dirt, just a lot of stuff that needs to be removed before you can clarify that foundation in this relationship. But it's absolutely imperative that you have this established. Now, the next thing that happens when you're building a house is that you start to build up. You start to build that structure. You're laying out the walls, the boundaries. You're determining what the purpose is in the different spaces in this home or this relationship. So what's your space? What space belongs to your co-parent? What are the spaces that are going to be shared spaces, such as parent-teacher conferences, or sporting events? How do you lay out those boundaries? And then how will you cross those boundaries when necessary? So doors and windows and a literal house and communication in this relationship. How will you talk to each other when you need to? Does somebody just come over and walk into your literal house and start talking to you? Probably not. So do you text first and say, hey, can I call you? Do you only text? Do you use a co-parenting app? What does that communication look like? How do you talk to each other? How do you collaborate? How will you respect each other's spaces and respect each other's time? And then cross into those territories where you need to intermingle a little bit more as necessary. There's a lot of decisions to be made. And this new house that you're building is completely unique to your family's needs. So it can take some time and trial and error, but it's important to establish this structure so that you both know the rules moving forward. I hope this helps. Like, follow, stay tuned for part number 5. Thanks so much for watching.